What's up everyone? In today's video we are going to take Nabails blade and some squid handles, and we're going to put together another five-headed Kraken for my son. This time we're going to be trying it with a black Bowie blade, and the results look pretty good. It did take some effort to get here though that I wasn't planned for, so let's flip the camera around and see how today's build goes. What's up everyone? I promise you we're not going to turn into the Nabails meets Squid Industries handles channel over and over and over again. This has just worked out to be a situation where I have some spare handles laying around from some other projects that we're going to be trying to do later in the year, and I saw that Nabails had a black Bowie on sale on their website. Well, like for sale on their website, not on sale. So picked it up. Want to get this thing assembled for my son, and then once he's done building and making his first kitchen knife, this is what I call the sidekick, and it's pretty cool because my sidekick's making it. Dad joke. When he's finished with that, you know, he'll get this blade. Until then, this will just sit on the mantle or somewhere on my desk as a teaser and a reminder, hey, you need to finish your knife. So today, let's just get this thing going and let's get it done. We'll have to start with bushings and getting those to the proper thickness. There's debate over the right way to do this. For those of you who want to see my full tutorial on how to sand bushings or get them by hand with no F-bombs, you know, I'll make sure to put a link in the description below and you can check it out. The way I'm going to start with this build is, like I said, we're going to check out these bushings, and then once we move from the bushings, we'll look at the Squid hardware versus the Nabails hardware. So zero out my calipers, hit the blade up, and we're at 3.19 millimeters. So let's make a little note here on our sandpaper. So now we have a reference to work from. No way. That's right at 3.19. And that's, wow. 3.19. Okay, so no sanding in today's video. Oh my gosh, things are just getting better and better. So my son is probably going to wonder why it took so long then to get him this. Well, technically he didn't know this was coming his way, did he? So get these handles like this. Man, it's been a minute. I haven't put a balisong together for a minute. This is been on my son as of late, since our father-son builds wrapped up. So we'll get this all kind of dialed in, keep those washers together, keep those bolts together. Then we're gonna pop this in, get this here. So what I've noticed is, yeah, sometimes the Squid hardware doesn't work, and sometimes it does work. Okay, so we're a little snug right there. I mean, if I really force it, I think we'll get in. But let's check out these washers and see if they're any thinner. It's actually thicker. Okay, so what we're gonna do, Man, this is really snug. I don't know if we'll be able to do this. That's interesting. I wonder if it's the coating. Huh. Let's try the other side. Not sure because these are blem handles, right? So the tolerance is a little thin on the inside. Let's check it out. No. They're both extremely tight. Let's measure this. .15. Let's measure the whole stack. Yeah, we're way too thick. Yeah, we're about too thick. So we're 0.2 millimeters too thick. So let's put that into reference. How thick is the washer? .57. How thick are these washers? 0.7. Okay, so I think, uh-oh, found it. So I think what we need to do is go from 0.57 to 0.47. And so I've never sanded a washer before. I don't even know if you're supposed to. All right, well, I've never done this before. We're just gonna try it out. So I did some searching online. It looks like some people have successfully sanded their washers using 800 grit or higher. We have 800 grit here. So, I mean, that's kind of the interesting thing about balisongs is 1 minute you think everything's gonna go swimmingly, and then the next minute you're learning something new and trying something new. But hey, I mean, that's what this is all about, right? If it was easy, everyone would do it. So, you know, I think the worst thing that could happen right now is, I don't want to jinx it, but I mean, we just end up having to buy new washers, right? And then save this blade for something else, or come in and modify these handles and open them up. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of like the bushings. I'm applying even pressure across the whole washer, kind of doing circular motions. I tried some front and back, but circular seems to be working the best. Just wipe it off with my fingers and then keep measuring as we go down. So I mean, we have taken some off. We're down to 0.52, and we'll just keep going and see what happens. This could take a little while, but hey, we're making progress potentially. Or we're making some content of what not to do, which is an option as well. If anyone watching has ever done something like this, I guess I was getting better grip over here. If anyone's ever done something like this, you know, please leave a comment. We're still new to this. I'm still in the process of trying to make our first ever balisong, right? Hence why we have the spare parts right now. Project's taken a little longer, and have a lot of really cool builds, not balisong related, this year that we got to get to. So this is balisong is going to take a back seat for just a little bit while we get going on some of these other builds. So let's keep checking. We're at 0.49. So yeah, it's coming down. We'll just kind of keep going and see what happens here. So what I'm going to do is, off camera, I'm going to keep sanding, and we're going to come back, well, hopefully this evening. It's getting a little late. Got work. Kids have school tomorrow. So I'm going to keep sanding all these. We're going to aim for this 0.47 and see when we're done if we can't build a balisong. So hang out, let's see what we can do. All right, so the hand sanding of the bushings took a little bit longer than I was anticipating, but we got it done. I ended up going through 3 pieces of sandpaper, including this piece. I tried some Tap Magic, some like cutting fluid that I use with like drill bits and stuff. And because I only had my fingers to really grip this, it just turned into a hot mess. It wasn't going very well. So got rid of that idea and kind of moved back. So I've checked all these. They're very close to the 0.47. 3 of the 4 are exactly at 0.47 and 1 is at 0.46. So little bit of an overshoot. Trying for the first time, it's like snug but sliding in, so that's good news. So we got that, and then we'll just, you know, see how this, see how the washers are lining up. Sometimes I get these like first try. Sometimes you gotta work for it a little bit more. Just kind of depends on the day and what's going on. And the hardware seems really snug today. I feel like it's fighting me. Yeah, it doesn't even want to slide in. And this is these are Squid bolts. That's interesting. Very interesting. Let's see how this one looks. That one's kind of finding me too. It's funny. The stuff you think shouldn't fight you does fight you. Okay. All right, so check it out. It's together. It took a a little more love and effort, and I actually went into my son and asked him for some help. I was struggling to get the bolts in tonight, and I was like, what is going on? Is it because it's a blend and the tolerances are off? You know, like, what is up? This is not making sense. So we actually compared the hardware we had to some other hardware, which is what's in here now. So the hardware I was trying to use, one of the barrels on here was actually, here, let me try and open this up real quick. So these barrels that go in right here along the top edges, it was mushroomed out on both of them. Don't know how that happened. I mean, we've been sitting on the hardware for quite a while. Could have been something we did, you know, taking it on and off other balisongs. Could have been, it could have came that way. I doubt it. Squid's got amazing quality, so I highly doubt it came that way. I'm thinking somehow, somewhere, at some point when we were playing around, somehow it got mushroomed. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So luckily my son had some slightly used hardware, well, the bolts, so we put those in here and they went right in lickety split. So super grateful that he had that extra hardware, and it's together now. I think it looks great. I think just a little tightening and some lube and it should be good to go. So I really like how that turned out, and so does he. So hopefully this is motivation for him to finish his chef's knife, his first chef's knife, and then he'll have this new balisong. So thanks. I'm actually glad we recorded this today and putting all this together, because you're getting a chance to see something where I was like, hey, this is going to be a slam dunk. This is what we always do, and let's not have it turn into this channel as Nabails meets Squid. And actually had to overcome some hurdles from getting washers to the right thickness, and then troubleshooting bad hardware. So hopefully what I've learned today are things maybe you already know or can learn from what I went through. So thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next one.